So yeah, I guess apparently that's how you do the finale of a show called America's Got Talent, The Champions. I almost said AGT, but I wanted to pronounce the name in full. Um, so let okay, full disclosure. This is actually an instance where, yeah, I did stay up later than I should have. Due to the excitement, I just couldn't fall asleep. And I did, in fact, sleep and woke up later than what I wanted, but honestly, it was so totally worth it. Oh, man. I have no idea what's next in store for um, America's Got Talent, but as of right now, that was probably the best show I've ever seen. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I almost said happy Monday there. It's not Monday, it's Tuesday. So, yeah. I'd say right about now I will get into spoilers. Because there's quite a bit to talk about. So, a week ago, they did the 12 contestants, which included the 2 wild cards. And they also, said that, a week later they're going to announce, the winner. So what are you going to do to fill a 2-hour time slot, in waiting for who the champion is going to be? Well, they actually did have acts per se, but it was more along the lines of not a variety hour like, say, All That or SNL, but, stuff to, entertain us. And to be fair, it was all very entertaining. In fact, I could watch that episode over and over again and probably never get tired of it. So, it first started, so the first act was, the comedian Preacher Larson did sort of a pre-record session where he was trying to team up with, some finalists to become some sort of like double act in preparation for this, which, that was actually really funny. Any montage, I do like a really good montage, and considering that involved a very funny comedian like Preacher Lawson, it was pretty good. Then the next act was performed by 2 past America's Got Talent winners, Tokyo Myers and the Voices of Hope Children's Choir, and they sang "All We Got" by Chance the Rapper. That was actually really, really cool. I'm a choir boy. Anyone who's known me from Horseheads knows, and Horseheads and Trinity Poly, and a little bit of Gettysburg actually, knows that, I love singing in a choir. I do love me a good choir, and, this was, it warmed my heart knowing that, talent comes in all ages, and those children definitely have a future in singing. So, then there was another act by another one of the finalists, the Clairvoyants, which completely blew my mind when I saw it. I'm like, wow, that's probably some of the best magic I've ever seen. But then I'm thinking, why didn't they just do something like that for a week ago? Oh well, I guess it is what it is. They then had past America's Got Talent winner Jackie Ivanko, sing "Somewhere" from West Side Story, which, well, I have seen West Side Story before, but that's actually a story for another day. So yeah, look out for future TP tales. Anyway, actually, some of the like in-home commercial stuff was actually very interesting because they had because they did like trivia or whatever, and believe it or not, Jackie Ivanka, who I just mentioned, is actually the youngest America's Got Talent champion to ever go platinum. She was 10 years old, and now she's got to be like probably late teens, early 20s. So yeah, she's gonna be like super duper famous for probably the rest of her life. Then came an act. Oh, and then Another trivia question they had was, can you name all the hosts of America's Got Talent? And there are 5 of them. They were Regis Philbin, Jerry Springer, Nick Cannon, Tyra Banks, and now Terry Crews. And they were talking about how awesome Terry Crews is, which he is. I mean, I probably said how awesome Terry Crews is doing these videos at least 10 times at this point. Sometimes even multiple times during one video. So there you go. Let's see. They're doing that. And then there was an act from Cirque du Soleil from Vegas, which I actually have seen Cirque du Soleil perform in Vegas, believe it or not. Of course, this is back when the show they did was called O. Just like the letter O, that's what it was called. And that wasn't what the show was. But, it's Cirque du Soleil. Sometimes they get kind of a rap for having a funny sounding name and having, acts that are very much over the top, but then again, that's pretty much what America's Got Talent is anyway. So, honestly, I welcome that fully. And then, what I thought was easily one of the best performances of the night, there was actually a triple act where Deadly Games is performing one of their dangerous acts, and Deadly Games is one of the finalists, and 2 other finalists, Christina Ramos and Brian Justin Crumb, were singing The Show Must Go On by Queen as they're performing the act, which, yeah, if I ever did something heroic or dangerous or incredibly awesome, I would like to have a song that was written by Queen playing in the background. But then again, there are several other bands I would have in the background too. I'd probably have White Watt, Dragon Force. If I'm in the mood for rap, definitely some Eminem. So there's that. Shin Lin performed, one final act of his own. Shin Lin was also another finalist. Performed another act from one of Terry Crews' co-stars from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Melissa Ferrero. Which, yeah, that was a pretty awesome card trick. And the final act before they started announcing the winners was, Darcy Lynn singing Can't Smile Without You with Ralph the Dog from the Muppets. Can't Smile Without You, by the way, is a song written by Barry Manilow, which I actually really do like that song. It's actually a really good song. Funny, I don't have that on my iPod yet. Note to self, get that on my iPod. I don't know if I would listen to it while I'm running per se, but I do really like that song. So now we get into who ended up being eliminated. Who are the final? Well, first they narrowed down the contestants from 12 to 5. And what they did was they got random groups of 3. At least they were about as random as they could possibly get. And basically, if Terry Crews said that person's name, they got to move on. With, the first 4 groups taking out 1, the final group taking out, 5. No, it was, there were groups of 3, and there were 4 groups of 3. The first 3 groups had 1 move on. The last group had 2 move on. That's what it is. So, with that said, the 5 finalists were Christina Ramos, Preacher Lawson, Darcy Lynn Farmer, Shin Lim, and Ksenia Simonova. The one from the stand artist from Ukraine, which, yeah. Before I give away who ended up getting in order from 5th to 1st, I just want to say all the acts, and I've said this many times already, all the acts that I saw deserve to be there. No one is ever going to say otherwise. And technically America can't complain who ended up winning because it was America who voted for the winner. So, if by chance you are one of the voters who just happen to be watching this video, can't really complain. You did vote for that person. So, although I do want to point out one thing before I name the winners. When they were doing the groups of 3, moving on, they put Darcy Lynn Farmer in the same group as Susan Boyle. I'm like, no! Why would you do that? That's like, cause that was just cruel. That was just so cruel. Cause like, you have 2 of the best singers to ever grace the stage of any Got Talent stage for that matter, and they're in the same group and one of them is going to be eliminated? Oh man. I mean, everyone's going to be, if that person gets eliminated, they're going to be happy that they made it that far. But at the same time, they're going to feel super duper sad. I'm like, no! So, yeah. That got me. So, in fifth place, it was Preacher Lawson, the comedian. In 4th place, it was Cristina Ramos from Spain's Got Talent. She got 4th place. In the singer. And 3rd place, it was Ksenia Simonova, the sand artist from the Ukraine. She got 3rd. So now, they do the stupid thing of like getting to the final 2, which are Darcy Lynn Farmer and Shin Lin. And then they cut to commercial right before they do that. I'm like, why must you toy with our emotions? Why? Are you trying to give somebody a heart attack? Seriously, that's not cool. That is not cool. It's not funny. But it worked on me because my heart was racing the entire time. I'm like, man, I want to see who wins. So, the commercial, is over. And then they get to who the final 2 people are. Honestly, the one thing I wish I saw that didn't happen was I wish like Shin Lim and Darcy Lynn Farmer doing beauty pageants where they're holding hands for the winner or whatever. Because that would just be, that'd be. I get why. Maybe some people just don't like have personal space issues. Excuse me. I don't know. But the winner ended up being Shin Lin. So, yeah. In the end, this is probably the best talent-related contest I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't think we're probably going to see something of this magnitude for quite a while. So, what's next? So, what is next? What do you think the future holds? What show am I going to watch now that America's Got Talent, the Champions is over, and we're not going to get another show of America's Got Talent until it was weird because I swear during the credits when Terry Crews was announcing when the next season was going to be, I think he said summer, but it sounded like he said December. I'm like, really? How long is The Voice going to be? So, yeah, let me end the spoilers right around here at 14 minutes. Well, I talked about spoilers for quite a while. So, with America's Got Talent, the Champions is over. The next show they're going to start doing next week is The Voice, which I do like The Voice, and they have been promoting that John Legend is going to be one of the judges. Which, fun fact about John Legend's wife, Chrissy Teigen, she was a guest on Hot Ones. So, yeah. First episode of season 7, in fact. It was actually a pretty good episode, I have to admit. But I'm getting sidetracked here. With that said, I do like The Voice, but I'll be honest, the only interesting part about The Voice, at least to me, is when they do the opening tryouts and see which voice coach gets who. After that, it doesn't really interest me very much. I guess I probably will talk about The Voice more, at least for a little while. Plus, it would give me something to watch on Tuesday nights. In fact, because like when they're doing like the auditions, they do it like 2 nights a week, like Monday and Tuesday. So it is pretty fortuitous on that front. And hey, I get to do something on Tuesday now also. So that's pretty cool. But I'll play it by ear. In the end, I'm really looking forward to whatever happens next, and I doubt any of the America's Got Talent performances that made it to the final 12 are watching this, but in case you are, congratulations. You are definitely a champion in your own right. There's definitely no shame in not winning this competition because, honestly, that's the problem with, that's really the only main flaw with this competition. You can't really blame yourself for not winning because this was honestly America's decision to vote for whoever they wanted to see move on. That's really the only flaw I really notice with a show like this. But I can sort of give it a pass here just because these performances were the best of the best ever. And just like I said earlier, you're not really going to get anything better than this for quite a while. Man, I hope The Voice lives up to what it's promising. Then again, considering that John Legend is going to be one of the judges, you could say in the words of JD from Scrubs, it's going to be legendary. Wow, over 415 videos in, and I don't think that's the first time I think I've done a Scrubs reference. And that's a great way to end the video. So like, favorite, share, and hit that subscribe button. I could really use support on YouTube. Follow me on the social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. As always, I'm very humble. I made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. I'm hopeful that we all have a wonderful Tuesday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or chat, I'm always going to be here to lend an ear. And I'll always have your back. Take care and make good choices.